Okay, welcome to PP30, 30 days of practicing presence. In this video, I'm going to break down this entire challenge. And the reason why I created this was because practicing presence, living more in the present moment, meditation, these things have absolutely transformed my life. My life is so much better because I do these things and because I practice this stuff. And that's what Presence of Being is all about. I'm wearing the hat right now, building the community, building the brand of Presence of Being. It's my passion. I love it. I love talking about this stuff. This is just a way for me to give back, and hopefully this can impact your life positively if you decide to do this challenge and if you decide to be consistent with this. I know for a fact that this is going to impact your life in a positive way. This video is just me going through what this challenge actually entails, the steps that you're going to take along this journey to completing PP30, and that's pretty much it. I highly recommend watching this video in full. It's going to explain everything in detail, why I've set up the challenge the way that it is. Is this video required? No, obviously not. The video that I'm recording right now and making right now are for people who want an understanding of why things are set up the way that it is. It's for people to connect more deeply with what they're actually about to embark on. So like I said, I highly recommend that you watch this, but it is not required. Okay, so let's get started. If I look to my left, I am just reading what is on the screen right now. I'm going to edit this and hopefully make it look good, but that's why I'm looking to the left here. PP30, 30 days of practicing presence. What is PP30? PP30, Practice Presence 30, is a 30-day mindfulness challenge designed to help you reconnect with the present moment through simple daily practices. This challenge is all about incorporating small, repeated moments of awareness that gradually help you appreciate more of the now. The reason why I created this challenge is because practicing presence has changed my life. This is just an opportunity for me to give back, and just for a way that people can start incorporating more meditation, more presence into their life and experience all the incredible benefits that doing so is going to provide you with. So here are the rules, the daily practice. Every day for 30 days, complete the following. Phase 1, foundation. The first thing that you're going to do is daily meditation for 10 minutes minimum. That is the requirement. Daily meditation for 10 minutes minimum. This is your daily anchor. The goal isn't to have a perfect meditation. It's simply to show up, sit still, and be with yourself for at least 10 minutes every single day. The core practice is to meditate for 10 minutes in one uninterrupted sitting each day. This uninterrupted time is where the most transformation is actually going to happen. It helps you drop more deeply into being in the present moment, and this is what's ultimately going to build up a nice consistent rhythm for you. This isn't about squeezing presence into the cracks of your day, but it's about carving out a dedicated space for it and making it a daily priority. That being said, if some days are incredibly busy, if some days are very chaotic, if you find it hard to manage a full 10 minutes at one time, it's better to split the time up than to skip it entirely. If you need to break it up into 2 5-minute sessions, for example, 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening, that is okay. Just make sure splitting it is the exception, not the rule. The goal is to keep showing up, even if it means adjusting a bit along the way. I do want to emphasize that sitting for 10 minutes in one go should be the goal. Ultimately, that should be the goal. If you want to split it up, if you've never meditated before and 10 minutes is a bit intimidating, try. And if you can't do it, split it up, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. But the goal ultimately, and the requirement to actually do PP30, is 10 minutes minimum of daily meditation. Any style of meditation works. The goal is to simply be still. The focus here is consistency. Just show up. Zero resistance, zero judgment. Just breathe. Notice what's happening. Let whatever thoughts or feelings arise come and go. You're not trying to fix, force, or change anything. Just be with it. Presence builds from simply returning to this space every single day. Sit with yourself, breathe, and allow whatever comes up to just be. And that is the first requirement to complete PP30. 10 minutes minimum of daily meditation for 30 days. Now, I have a few helpful resources if you're a beginner or if you're someone who just wants to learn more about meditation and just learn more about my take when it comes to meditation and presence. If you find it intimidating sitting down and meditating for 10 minutes, these videos might help. All the episodes are from my podcast, the Presence of Being podcast, or my YouTube, Presence of Being. Shout out Presence of Being. Okay, the first video is Meditation 101. This is just a very entry level into meditation. If you're a beginner, I think this will really help. And the second one is Meditation Misconceptions. Continuing on. Okay, if you have any questions about meditation or anything mentioned in these videos or anything mentioned at all in this video, in this outline, feel free to message me on TikTok at @SamWiseBroad_ or on Instagram at Presence of Being. I'm happy to chat. The second rule of PP30, journal immediately after meditation. Once your 10 minutes minimum, the more the merrier, of meditation are done, grab your journal, take a few minutes and write down your experience. The key here is to do it right after you're done meditating and capture what is present for you right after your meditation while it's fresh. So you're going to grab your journal, you're going to write the date, you're going to write the time, and you're going to write the length of your meditation. Then simply reflect on what came up during your meditation, the thoughts that came up, the emotions that came up, the ideas, if there was any resistance, if there was stillness that you experienced, whatever was real for you within your 10-minute meditation, you're going to jot down. This could include thoughts. What was running through your mind while you were meditating? Were they peaceful thoughts? Were they scattered thoughts? Were they repetitive thoughts? Emotions. Did you feel calm? Did you feel frustrated? Did you feel excited? Ideas. Were there any insights or creative thoughts that popped up? Resistance. Did you struggle to sit still? Was there discomfort? Was there impatience that you were experiencing? Stillness. Did you experience a sense of calm or clarity? Whatever you experienced, whatever was real and genuine for you throughout your 10-minute meditation, you're going to journal it right after you're done meditating. Please do not overthink this. Just let the words flow freely, stream of consciousness. If you're having trouble with your journal and you don't know what to write, just be authentic, be genuine. What was real for you in the moment while you were meditating? Zero judgment. There's no right or wrong way to journal. The reason why we journal afterward is simply to document whatever came up during your meditation. It's that simple. And it's really cool to look back on, to have this documentation and see the kind of things that you experienced while you're meditating. You know, the kind of things that you write down after your meditation on day 30, while you journal after you meditate on day 30, it can be very, very interesting to see what you wrote down on day 1. The reason why I incorporated the journal into this challenge and why I think it's so important, number one, is because journaling has changed my life. I started journaling consistently in 2021. I audio journal. I have a journal on my phone and my computer. I handwrite my journal also. It's incredible. I love documenting where I'm at, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling at certain points just throughout, life. And it's great to look back on. So that's the first reason why I added it into this challenge, because it's literally changed my life and it's just a great practice to do. And number 2, you're going to start doing this challenge. You're going to start meditating for 10 minutes, and that first few days may be tough for you. You're going to document that and journal that after you're done the meditation. Every single day, you're going to journal how that meditation went, how you are feeling. If it's tough for the first 5 days and then it gets better the next 5 days, after the 30 days is up completely, let's say you stop meditating. You do PP30, you stop meditating for a month, and you decide, you know what, I want to do the challenge again because it positively impacted my life. You're going to be able to look back at your old journal and see that it was tough for the first 5 days, but then it got better the next 5 days. And then it got better the 5 days after that. So when you start PP30 for the second time that it gets easier. You shouldn't expect it to be easy the first time that you start meditating, but it gets easier as you continue to meditate, as you continue to stay consistent with it and do it day after day after day after day. So it's just a reminder that you shouldn't expect it to be easy the first time, especially if you've taken a month off, but it will get better, it will get easier the more time you do it. That is the second requirement for PP30. First requirement, Minimum 10 minutes meditation every single day for 30 days. Requirement 2, journal right after that meditation. Remember, this is for you and you only, so just keep it real, keep it authentic, keep it genuine. Attached to this outline are some blank pages you can use to journal after your meditations. If you prefer using your own journal, that's totally fine too. I included these pages in case you'd like to keep everything in one place. If you scroll down this outline, you'll be able to see that I've attached this journal here, post-meditation journal, PP30. It just goes day 1, day 2, all the way to day 30. You can download this and type in it. You can print this out and write in it, with a pen or pencil. You can use your own journal, but just remember, this is a requirement. After your 10-minute daily meditation, you're going to journal. You're going to be real, you're going to journal whatever came up in that 10-minute meditation. Okay, that's phase 1. That's the foundation. Phase 2 of PP30 is pockets of presence. Throughout the day, we're going to bring more mindfulness into ordinary moments. If you need a better understanding of this concept, this video I've attached right here might help. Again, this is from my podcast, the Presence of Being podcast, and my YouTube, Presence of Being. Again, shout out Presence of Being. Pockets of presence, how to stay centered when overwhelmed. Okay, what we're going to do here is you're going to have 3 pockets of presence of self and 3 pockets of presence of your environment every single day for 30 days. And I'm going to explain what that means. 3 times every single day for 30 days, you're going to become aware of yourself in action. Recognizing I am doing this right now, or if your name is Sarah, like I gave here in this example, Sarah is doing this right now. Pause and observe yourself in the moment. If you're working, if you're talking, if you're walking, become aware of the fact that you're doing something in the present moment. Almost like watching yourself from a third person point of view. That's why I said like Sarah. Like you can, whatever your name is, you can say, like let's say your name is Jake. Jake is doing X, Y, or Z. So you're going to have 3 pockets of presence of self and 3 for your environment. And I'm going to talk about the environment one in a second. But let's talk about pockets of presence for self. So an example of that will be, I am washing the dishes. I'm here talking with a friend. This is me typing on a keyboard. Sarah is walking to work. I am aware of Sam making this outline for the PP30 challenge, and I'm excited for this challenge to bring more people into the present moment. 3 times a day for 30 days, you are going to have a pocket of presence of self. You're going to notice yourself doing whatever it is you're doing, and you are going to become more aware of the fact that you're doing it in the present moment. So a pocket of presence for me right now in this very moment would be, I am aware of Sam making this video for PP30. I'm aware of Sam being present in the moment, looking at my phone screen, and recording this video right here, right now. If you are walking your dog, you could say, I'm aware of me walking my dog in this very moment. If you are doing your dishes, I am aware, I am present of whatever your name is, doing the dishes in this very moment. You're just becoming aware of yourself in action, becoming aware of yourself in the very moment. If you're meditating, I'm aware of Sam meditating in my living room. Become aware of yourself doing whatever it is you're doing in the present moment. That is a pocket of presence. If you need to use reminders or phone alerts to actually do this, do that. It's very, very helpful. You can set a reminder to go off on your phone every few hours to remind yourself to call attention to your center and be present and observe yourself doing whatever it is you're doing. I'm going to go into how to set those reminders and like that kind of process later in this video. The goal here is to become aware of yourself in action. So many of us live our lives on autopilot. We're not present. We're not in the moment. We're stuck in our heads, thinking about the past, thinking about the future, not living our lives in the moment. And by having more pockets of presence, incorporating more presence into our day-to-day lives, we're more calm, we're more centered, we feel more aligned. That's a great feeling. And that's why it's in this challenge. 3 times a day, for 30 days, you are going to call attention to your center and be aware of yourself in action. In addition of having 3 pockets of presence of self that you do every day for 30 days, you are going to have 3 pockets of presence of your environment every day for 30 days. Observing your environment without labeling the things in your environment, sights, sounds, smells, etc. The goal here is to get outside of your head. Look, listen, smell, feel. The goal here is to notice and appreciate things that you might normally just overlook in your day-to-day life. An example that I've listed here: look at the sky, the trees, the clouds, notice the colors in the light. Key: observe without labeling it as good or bad weather. Just see what's there in front of you. Example: observing nature. If you're outdoors, take a moment to really notice the plants, animals, etc. Pay attention to life around you. The objective here is to do this quick and easy exercise 3 times per day for 30 days. Within these pockets of presence for both self and environment, the goal is simply to be more tuned into the moment as you move through your day. The meditation we do in phase number 1 is fantastic, and it serves as your foundation. But we all have lives, busy schedules, people to see, things to do. We're living our lives. Not everyone has the time to sit and close their eyes and meditate in the middle of their day. Obviously not. People have lives. We got to work. We got to do things. We have schedules. We have busy lives. The pockets of presence that we do enable us to be more present in our day-to-day life and not just rely on one single meditation that we do, if that makes sense. Like, if you do your meditation for 10 minutes, let's say, and you feel calm, you feel peaceful, you feel centered and aligned, that's incredible. But for the rest of your day, you're stressed out, you're frustrated, you're upset. Like, that's not good. That's not what we want. The goal is to translate all the presence that you're experiencing within that meditation throughout the course of your entire day, and having little moments, little pockets of presence where we just take a deep breath, we call attention to our center, we're more conscious and becoming aware of what we're doing in the moment or what we see around us in our environment. We enable ourselves to be more present just in our daily lives while we're at work, while we're talking to someone, while we're engaging in conversation, while we're on the phone, while we're commuting, whatever it is we're doing, while we're grocery shopping, while we're doing the dishes. When we're not sitting down and having like a isolated, independent time to meditate, that meditation is our foundation. But when we're just going throughout the course of our day, doing what it is we're doing, living our lives, we want to be present throughout that day. We want to be in that peaceful state. We want to feel calm. We want to feel centered. We want to feel aligned. Those pockets of presence enable us to have those feelings all the time, or as frequently as we possibly can. So that's the purpose behind having pockets of presence. We're going to have 3 of self and 3 of our environment every single day for 30 days. Important note for phase 2. The goal here is to become aware of yourself and your environment 3 times per day, but it's important that these moments are spaced out. Instead of labeling 3 things back to back, give yourself some time between each one. This allows the awareness to sink in more deeply and helps you stay present in each moment rather than rushing through them. If you're labeling things one after the other without space, it can lose its meaning and depth. By spacing out your pockets of presence throughout the course of your day, you create multiple points of connection with the present moment. This gives your mind time to recalibrate and reset between moments. This practice allows you to notice new levels of your experience, whether it's your internal state or the environment around you. If you choose to set separate reminders on your phone for your pockets of presence, which I recommend, see these images below, use each one as a cue to pause, take a deep breath, hold it for a moment, and then exhale. From there, gently bring your attention into the present moment by becoming aware of either yourself 3 times per day. For example, I am here, present, walking my dog, or your environment 3 times per day. For example, I am aware of this couple laughing in the nearby park. As you can see, these are phone reminders. Pocket of presence, self 1 at 9 a.m. When that reminder goes off, you're going to pick up your phone, you're going to see it. Depending on your circumstances and where you're at, You're going to take a deep breath, you're going to hold it, you're going to exhale, and you're going to observe what it is you are doing in that very moment. If you're at work, if you're sitting behind a desk, your alarm is going to go off, the reminder is going to go off. Pocket of presence, self one. You're going to say to yourself, I'm aware of whatever your name is, sitting behind my desk. I'm here. That's all you have to do. Then an hour later, maybe, pocket of presence, environment one. That alarm is going to go off. The reminder is going to go off. You're going to pick up your phone. You're going to see it. You may have been distracted doing something else. Maybe you weren't present. It brings you back to the present moment, and you're going to be aware of what's around you in your environment. Maybe you're outside. Maybe you're walking somewhere. Maybe you're walking to go pick up a coffee. I am aware of whatever your name is. Outside walking. I feel the wind blowing on my face. There's a bus there. There's people crossing the street, and the coffee shop that I'm going to is empty. Become aware of what is going on around you. Don't live your life on autopilot. That's what these reminders do. You become aware of self, whatever it is you're doing in the moment. You're calling attention to your center and being aware of self, and you're calling attention to your center, bringing attention to your center, and being aware of what's going on in your environment. So self 3 times a day, environment 3 times a day. That's what these reminders are for. Again, if you have any questions at all, comment on this video, DM me on Instagram at Presence of Being, DM me on TikTok, or comment on my TikTok videos at samwisebroad_. I'm happy to answer any question you have, and my DMs are always open. Phase 3 is final reflection, day 30. When you complete your 30 days, take a moment to pause and reflect. Start here. There's going to be 4 questions in total that you ask yourself after 30 days are finished. The first question you're going to answer in one concise sentence. The question is, write one sentence to describe your state of being after 30 days of presence. Let it be open and honest. This is just an open and honest reflection question that you can answer in one simple sentence. Describe your state of being after 30 days of presence. Then you're going to go a little bit deeper. These questions you can answer in as many sentences as you want. The first question is, how has your relationship with the present moment changed over the past 30 days? The second question is, what felt different about your days when you were truly present? And the third question is, if you could carry one thing forward from this challenge into the rest of your life, what would it be? There are no right answers, just be real and just be honest with your overall reflection after these 30 days are finished. One sentence for the very first question, and then for the next 3 questions, you can answer it in as long as you want. So I've made a little tracker thing that you can use to keep your progress as you participate in PP30. So you can see this down here. This is just an example one I've made. It's got the day, meditation, journal after, 3 pockets of presence of self, what those actually were, 3 pockets of presence of your environment, and then what those actually were. So you're going to check if you've meditated, you're going to check if you journaled after, you're going to check each time you do a pocket of presence of self, and then you're going to list out what those were. So examples here. Again, this is just documentation. This is just you documenting it for yourself. I am washing the dishes. I'm here talking with a friend. This is me typing on a keyboard. You're just aware of yourself doing whatever it is you're doing in the moment. You're calling attention to whatever it is you're doing in the present moment. Another example, if you want to do third person, you can do that if that just feels more natural for you. Sarah is walking to work. Sarah is getting ready for bed. Sarah is listening to the Presence of Being podcast. 3 times pockets of presence for your environment. You're going to check off each time you do it. And then environmental awareness notes. So what were they that you labeled or that you listed? The sunrise, bird song, the sound of a fridge. So that is what you are going to fill out here. You're just going to check, 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 write down your notes, and fill this out for 4 weeks and 2 days. At the end of each week, there's this little quick reflection that you can do for your week. The question is, what did I notice about myself or life this week? Don't think too long about this. You can just write simple things like I felt more present overall at work this week, or I responded instead of reacted to something that someone said that would normally bother me this week. Like whatever is personal to you that happened as you're doing this challenge throughout the week, you can just write down after each week. It's that simple. If you would like to create your own table for tracking your progress throughout the course of PP30, go for it. That's totally cool. Do your thing. I would love to see how people track their own progress. I created this version in case you want everything in one place and to make the process as simple and easy to follow as possible. I do believe that tracking your progress is helpful. It can keep you accountable and it gives you a sense of momentum. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is actually doing the challenge. If you miss a day, that is okay. Life happens. We all have different schedules and not everyone is going to hit 30 days in a row. Again, I mentioned this in the TikTok video that I made introducing this challenge. This is heavily inspired by 75 Hard, like the actual idea of like being disciplined and committing to yourself and doing something for a specific amount of time. With 75 Hard, I've never done it, but I believe if you miss a day, you have to start again. I'm not going to do that with this challenge. If you miss a day, that's okay, but try to be as consistent as you possibly can be. If you miss a day, skip it and pick back up the next day. If you'd like to track how many days you've missed and then add them on at the end so you still complete all 30, go for it. The most important thing is that you keep going though. Show up when you can. There's no pressure, there's no guilt here, but obviously the goal is to do 30 days in a row. The most important part of this challenge is committing to being as consistent as you possibly can be. That doesn't mean you should feel guilty if you miss a day. It simply means you're making a clear commitment to show up and do your best to follow the challenge as it was designed. I truly believe that if you stick with this practice, if you actually do the 30 days, you'll feel more present, you will feel more centered and more aligned with yourself, and it's an incredible feeling. If you want to tag me on TikTok or Instagram, if you decide to do this challenge, do that, and we can all follow along together and motivate one another. So some Q&A. What if I miss a day? That's totally fine. Again, life happens. If you skip that day and you would like to add the days that you've missed at the end so you still complete the 30, do that. The most important thing is that you set a commitment to yourself before starting PP30 and you decide that you're going to do the best that you can and you're going to try to stay consistent. That's literally all I ask. Can I break up the 10 minutes of meditation? Yes, only if needed. Ideally, try and sit for 10 minutes in one uninterrupted session. When should I journal if I split my meditation into 2 sessions? If you're dividing your meditation into 2 shorter sessions, which again, only do that if it's needed, it's best to journal after the 2nd session. That way your reflection captures the full scope of your experience for that day. Do I have to use the tracking sheet or journal pages provided? Nope. They're there to make things easier for you if you want everything to be in one place. But if you already have a journal that you use, like just normally, use that. You can just write like PP30 challenge at the top and use that, or any way of tracking your progress, do that. Just go with what works best for you. But I just wanted everything to be in one place just to make it easier for you. Okay, before I end this video, let's just do a quick summary of the challenge before you actually get started. To do every day for 30 days, 10 minutes of meditation, journal reflections right after that meditation. Write the date, the time, and the length of that meditation. Journal whatever comes to mind, stream of consciousness. Just let it be real. Let it be you. 3 pockets of presence of self and list out what they were every single day for 30 days, and 3 pockets of presence of environment and list out what they were. 3 times every single day for 30 days for self and environment. And then the last thing to do is on day 30, answer the final reflection questions. That 1 sentence response, concise response to the first question, and then 3 questions that allow you to go a little bit more in depth. That is PP30. So right here, I have week 1, the question about your week. Week 2, question about your week. Week 3, question about your week. Week 4, question about your week. Final days, day 29, day 30. And then the reflection question, the one sentence answer, and then 3 longer answers. And that's it. And if you want to journal, you can use this one that I mentioned. You can download this or just type in this, whatever you want, print it out, or you can use whatever journal you want. Feel free to use this however works best for you, whether that's downloading and typing directly into it, printing it out, writing it by hand, using your own journal, or even adding your entries right here in this Notion document. Do what feels right. The most important thing is actually doing the journaling. Pick one place to journal when you start PP30 and stick with it. You'll want to keep all your post-meditation journal entries in one spot. That right there is very important. When you start journaling in one place, stick with it, commit to it. You're gonna want everything in one place. When you look back, you're gonna wanna see what was going on, what you were feeling, what you were experiencing throughout doing this challenge, throughout doing your meditations. And you're not gonna wanna look in many different places to find out how you were feeling or what you were thinking. So that's the challenge. Obviously, the main goal here is the consistent meditation, but the pockets of presence are gonna help also. I'm really excited for this. If you have any questions or anything, DM me, ask. I'm happy to help. And I hope you decide to do this challenge. I see so many people on social media every single day who are doing 75 hard and being consistent with it, and the amount of discipline it builds and just their overall transformation, not only physically, but mentally, is just incredible. So I've been so incredibly inspired by that, and I wanted to create my own challenge from something that I'm passionate about, presence, meditation, and hopefully this can make a positive impact on you as well if you stay consistent with it. That's it. If you have any other questions, let me know. If you decide to do this, let me know. I'm going to link this Notion document in the description of this video. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go over to the YouTube. On the Spotify, there should be a video added to this audio recording, so you'll be able to watch it on Spotify also, but watch it on YouTube if you're on Apple Podcasts and there's no visual. And yeah, I hope you do this challenge. PP30, I wish you the best of luck. Stay consistent with it. Commit to yourself. 10 minutes of daily meditation. Journal right after. 3 pockets of presence for self every single day for 30 days. 3 pockets of presence for your environment every single day for 30 days. And then answer 4 questions at the end on day 30. Good luck. I'll see you in the next video.